Namaste. In this video, we will be looking at a churn modeling Tableau dashboard, and this is how the Tableau dashboard is going to look like when we build it from scratch. Now, this bank is present in 3 countries. It has these many male and female customers. A total of 10,000 customers are in this dataset. These many are the active customers. These many have exited. These many have a credit card, and this is how many exited as a function of age bucket. So for example, in the age bucket of 45 to 49, 410 customers left, and in the age bucket of 40 to 44, 396 people left. So in these two buckets, so in the age of 40 to 50, most of the customers are leaving the bank. Okay, and this is the age distribution as a whole. So we see that most customers are between the age of 35 to 39, and this is the segregation according to the country. So most customers are from France, and the red ones are the number of people who are left from these countries. And here we see gender and exited wise calculations. So for balance, if we see for balance, we see that females who earn more and also males who earn more are more prone to leaving the bank. And estimated salary for females, the females who earn more are also prone to leaving the bank. And if I just click on the female, this will segregate the whole data according to the female customers, and we see that 25% of the females have left the bank. And if I check this, only 20% of the overall customers have left. For the males, if we check, 16.5% males have left the bank. So females are actually more prone to leaving from this bank, and we might need to check why is that so. Okay, and I can also click on the age bucket. So if I click on say 35 to 39 bucket, I will get the number of customers, the male and female customers in this age bucket, how many exited in this age bucket. So if I check, as I increase the age bucket, so 23% have left the bank, again increase. So in the age bucket of 45 to 49, 43% of the customers have left the bank. Then if I check, 56% of 50 to 54 age bucket have left the bank. So as the age increases, the number of people, the percentage of people who are leaving is also increasing. So that is a thing to be concerned about. And in the age bucket of 25 to 29, only 7% have left. Okay, so this is what the data is telling us. And I can also click on the country to get a country wise analysis. So this is now doing a country wise analysis for France only, for Germany, and for Spain only, if I click on them. Okay, so now let us start building this dashboard. First of all, I will connect to the data source, and that is my churn modeling CSV file. I'll open this. So first of all, I'll just remove this row number because this is not a useful quantity. And now you see, surnames, they are prone to be repetitive. For example, we have already seen that we have 10,000 records in the data, but if I only check with surname, how many records do I have? I see only 2932 rows. So I have multiple surnames for each customer. For example, if I bring this here and decreasing order, so we have 32 Smith people in this data, which is unwanted because Tableau will think that Tableau will basically group all of these records together for Smith, for Scott. So what we'll do is we'll create a calculated field and we'll say name of the customer, and that will be our surname plus, I'll add a round bracket, plus the customer ID, and I'll just finish it up with this bracket. Can't add string to integer values. Now this customer ID is an integer value hash symbol, so I'll need to bring this to string. And now this is valid. Okay, so now if I bring customer ID here, customer name here, and if I remove the surname, I'll have 10,000 records because each customer has a unique customer ID. Okay, so now I'll just remove this. Now our first step here was to check the number of countries. So I'll just bring the geography column, and I have 3 here. So I'll just come here, measure, to measure, count distinct, and this will give me 3. I'll just bring this to label. Okay, so I have this 3 number here. So I'll first of all make this entire view. So this 3 comes to the right, and I'll just format it. So I'll say alignment, the pane to be central, and pane, I'll just increase the size to 16. I'll make it bold as well. Okay, and I'll just rename the tooltip. It currently says distinct count of geography. I'll say number of presence in. Okay, so presence in these many, and I'll just copy this to get the formatting correct. Presence in these many countries. So it is now telling me presence in 3 countries. Okay, so this is now my number of countries, and I'll also in the text I'll just add presence in these many countries. Okay, and I'll just make this not bold and a smaller, this as well, not bold, and 10. So presence in 3 countries. Okay, we'll change this if needed. So my next sheet is the male and female customers. So I'll just bring the gender, I'll bring the count, not here but here, I'll bring this to columns. Okay, and now I'll just remove this hide labels. I'll make this entire view, and I'll do a little bit of formatting here as well. I'll make this center aligned. Okay, and for the header as well it is automatic. Okay, for the pane I'll make it 16, and for the header as well. Okay, this is my gender. Next, my next sheet is customer, number of customers. So I'll just drag this to the text, and this will give me 10,000. And now instead of doing this, what I'll do is, since I've done the formatting here, I'll just duplicate this sheet. I'll just bring this here. This will give me number of customers, and instead of doing count of geography, I'll just bring this here. I'll remove the count of geography, and I'll just edit this, do this 16 and bold. Okay, so now if I see, it is now telling me 10,000. So just come here, 10,000 customers, again not bold, and 10. Wonderful. Next is my active customers. So my active customers is basically, it is either a 1 or a 0. So if I just create a group, it will tell me it has only 2 members, 0 and 1. 1 means the customer is active. So if I just bring this here, it will give me the number of active customers. Okay, by adding up all the ones. And instead of doing this again, just duplicate it and bring the is active member here. This will give me 5,151. Active customers. Okay, I just remove this. Oops, I just remove this. Next, after active customers, it is how many have exited and how many have a credit card. So I'll just duplicate this again, and how many have exited, I'll just bring this here. So sum of exited is 2037. So these many have exited. Just rename this to exited, and again I'll duplicate this, and here the now has credit card, even that is a 1 or a 0. So I'll just bring this here. So 7,055 have a credit card. I'll say have a credit card. Wonderful. Next is my age distribution. So that is also very simple. Age distribution, that is a histogram basically. So I'll bring the age here, and one easy way is to just click here on histogram after coming to show me, and this will automatically create a age bin dimension. We can create this manually as well. So let us see how can I do it manually. So I'll just come to age, I'll create a bin, and the bin size I'll set it to 5. Okay, and the name of the field is age bin. Okay, and I'll just bring this age bin here, and this will create the same histogram, but I'll just make this continuous, Okay, so now this is the same histogram. Okay, so age histogram is done. Next is my how many exited as a function of the age buckets. So I'll bring the age buckets here. So because the buckets are the same, and I'll just bring the sum of age here. No, not sum of age. I'll bring the exited here. I'll again make this continuous. Now this is giving me how many exited as a function of the age bin. Okay, so now this is age bin of 15 to 19. This is age bin of 20 to 24 because the bin size is 5. This is 25 to 29, etc. Okay, so this is my age versus exited. Okay, next is my country wise analysis. So for the country wise, I'll just bring the geography column here and the number of customers here. Okay, but this is not done. We have to also include the number of people who have exited. So I'll bring the exited here as well. This is giving me two different charts. So I'll just click here and do a dual axis, and here all I'll make it a bar chart. Okay, and I'll also have to do synchronize because the exited axis is going from 0 until 800, and the count of the people is going from 0 until 5000. So I'll just synchronize the axis, and I'll also remove the header, and here as well I'll remove the header. I'll make this entire view. Okay, very good. Now this is now giving me exactly what I want, right? So I'll just change the color to red to signify that these people have left the bank. Okay, this is geography. Very good. Now the final one, this is a parameter. So parameters, if you are familiar with it, very good. Otherwise it is very easy, nothing too fancy. I'll just create a parameter, and the name of the parameter is measure because I want different measures. I want to check for different measures which are present in my data set, right? So estimated salary, tenure, credit card, credit score, balance, age, etc. So in this measure, if I just edit this measure, it is going to be a string value, and it will going to be a list, and the list values are going to be my age, my balance. Very good. So these are going to be my list of values. I'll just click on OK. Show the parameter control. Now I have all the parameters here, right? And what I need to do first of all is gender and exited on the on my view. So I'll bring the gender first, and I'll bring the exited. Now exited is a numerical field right now. Now I'll convert this to a dimension, and I'll also make it a discrete quantity. Okay, so now it is giving me female, exited, no, yes, no, yes. So I'll also edit the aliases. 0 means the customer has not left the bank, and 1 means the customer has left the bank. Okay, so it is easier for interpretation, no, yes, no, yes. And I'll bring the, now I'll have to make a calculated field to hold these measures, these parameters. So what I'll do is I'll create a calculated field. I'll say calc measure. Now so I'll do a case statement. So I'll say case of this measure parameter, and I'll say when the measure is, if I click here, when the measure is age, when I click age, then show me the age column. When I will ask for balance, okay, and end. So this is how we make a parameter and make a calculated field of it, and I'll just bring this calc measure calculation here, and this will give me what I want. Okay, I'll fit it entire view, and now this is giving me the sum of the ages for all the people, for the females who did not leave the bank or left the bank, etc. Okay, but I'll make it a median to make it a better comparable quantities. Okay, and I'll just also format these things. So format alignment, I'll make it central, I'll make this central, so all of these are central now, and these also central, so all of these are in the center. Okay, and now in the header here as well, I'll make it 16, no, not 16 is too big, 14, and I'll make them bold. Very good. And I'll just remove this show header, and if I check in the tooltip, it is showing me median calc measure, which is not very intuitive. So instead of this calc measure, I'll just say insert, oops, I'll just say insert the parameters dot measure. Now if I check, it is giving me median age, exit area is female, median age, etc. Okay, so this is much more better looking now. So this is my parameter. I think we should be done, and we have covered everything. Mostly I'll just cover this at the last. Okay, so now let us make the dashboard, and in the dashboard we'll first set the size. So I'll say it is a fixed size, and the size I'll be choosing is 1100 by 580, so that it just fits onto the entire view of our dashboard. Okay, so first of all, I'll drag a vertical, I'll just make it floating, and I'll drag a vertical sheet here, vertical container, and I'll make it the same size as our entire screen, 0 0, so start at 0 and 0 and go at 1100 until 580. So this is now covering the entire sheet, this floating vertical container, and now we can start putting objects in here. Now I'll start dropping horizontal containers. So my first horizontal container is going to come here. It is floating, but I'll just make it not floating. And if you see, this horizontal container is now containing the entire sheet. So I'll just edit the height, and I'll say just for now make it 100, or just increase it a little bit, and I'll give it a little bit border as well, so that we know where we are working, and a little bit of padding for it is already done by default. Very good. Now let us start putting objects in there. So first of all, the number of countries. Okay, fine, I'll just make it tiled now. And number of countries, the first one, just remove this header. Next is the gender, so I'll just bring the gender to the right side. Okay, hide the title, and I'll just change this as well. Okay, next is the number of customers, here. Next is the number of active customers, hide. Next is number of exited customers, so these many have exited. Number of people who have a credit card with the bank, hide again. So if I am on any object, and if I double click on the top this thing, it will select the entire container, and I can say distribute contents evenly. Okay, so everything is now even. Okay, next is another container. So our next container is going to hold these two histograms. So another horizontal container below this first container, and this will now hold the entire sheet, but I'll just edit the height. For now I'll just say 200, we can edit this later as well. And I'll just come here, border, I want this border and outer padding of say 4 pixels. Very good. Now in this, the first is the how many exited one, so I'll say, I'll come here, the age versus exited, I'll bring this here, and then age distribution to the right side. Very good. Okay, and I'll also color both of these things. So I'll color it by the sum of exited, so I'll just bring the exited onto the color as well, and I'll just remove this card, age distribution as well, the sum of age, so I'll bring the age to the color, and I'll remove this card because it is not quite useful. Okay, very good. Next is, now we see these grid lines behind the bars, so we can remove that as well. So you can come here, format lines, grid lines, none. Okay, very good. Okay, so it looks a little bit more cleaner now. Okay, now next is our uh, another horizontal container. So next is another horizontal container to the bottom of the second one, and I'll just let this take up the entire space because this is our last container, and I'll also add a border to it and a padding of 4 pixels. Okay, so first one is our geography sheet. Next is our parameter sheet. Excellent. I'll just make this a little smaller, and we do not see the parameter control right now because if I just come to the layout, now it is going to the tiled one, horizontal, tiled, vertical, and this is the measure names for the geography column. So I'll just make this floating so that I can just extract this here, and I'll just bring this here. I'll say do not show the title, reduce the size, and I'll also just format the legends, not exactly format, and I'll also just edit the aliases. I'll say number of customers, and here I'll say, oops, not this, and here I'll edit the alias to say number of exited. Okay, very good. And this will be floating. I'll just remove this geography and this as well, and this parameter title as well. Okay, now this measure, this parameter, this is also hidden somewhere in the back, so I'll just make this floating, and I'll bring this. Okay, where is it gone? Just select it again. I'll bring this here, and I'll just press shift, and I'll just keep this on the right side. Okay, and instead of a compact list, I'll make it a single value list so that we can clearly see what all parameters we can change. Make this a little smaller. So this is our dashboard, and I'll also add quick filters because currently it is not filtering on anything. So I can come to the dashboard, I can click on actions, add action, a filter action. Now what is the filterable quantity? So a filterable quantity is this sheet, which is the age distribution sheet. So I'll just first unselect everything. So I'll unselect everything, and my source sheet will be my age distribution sheet on the select, and I'll just say okay, okay. And now if I select anything or any age bin, this will filter all the results according to the age. Now this is also filtering this age versus exited sheet, and we do not want that. So what I can do is I can come to actions, can edit this filter, and I can say do not filter this particular age versus exited sheet. Now it is not going to filter the age versus exited, this is going to stay as it is, and it is going to filter everything else. Next is our, now I also want a filter on the country. So I'll add another action, a filter action, and I'll just unselect everything, and I'll select on geography, and I want to change every single thing on the dashboard when I change the country. So when I select a country, oops, okay, so I'll make it a select, and now if I select any country, this will filter the results according to the country. Okay, next I also want to add a filter on the male and the female. So I'll actions, another filter. Now one quick way, if you do not want to leave out any particular sheet for analysis, if you want a particular action to affect all the sheets, what you can do is you can just click on the sheet, and you can click this use as filter icon, So now this will create a action automatically, right, this one, and it will be a select, and the source sheet will be gender, and all the other sheets will be affected. Okay, now if I click on female, okay, there is some issue. Okay, one more thing I need to do is come to actions, and what happens when I deselect the particular filter. So when I geography, if I edit this, show all the values. Okay, okay, so when I click, it is going to show me the France, and when I uncheck, it will show me the full results. Okay, okay, fine. Again, I'll just do it for other filters as well. So this is automatically selected, and for filter 2, for filter 1, show all values is automatically selected. Okay, so now if I deselect after selecting anything, it will be back to the normal case of all the 10,000 customers. Okay, so if this age bin is bothering you, that if you cannot figure out what is the age bin really trying to tell us, you can just come to the sheet, and here you can come to the age bin and click on aliases, and you can edit the aliases here. For example, I've done this in the demo dashboard, and if I click on edit aliases, it says that I've changed the values of 15 to 15 to 19. So when the member is 15, it means that the range is 15 to 19, then the range is 20 to 24, 25 to 29, etc. So you can change these values manually. Okay, and this is how you will get the age bucket of 40 to 44 written in the tooltip. Okay, so now let us see how to add those percentages which change when we change the filter. Okay, so I'll just come to the particular sheet, for example this active customer sheet, and here I'll just double click here to create a ad hoc pill. Okay, so this won't appear in the data pane, but it will be here. What I'll do is I'll just add is active member, and I'll just divide it by, I'll have to do a sum of this, sum of is active member divided by the count of this churn modeling. So whatever is the number of customers in the current selection, in the current filter, that will be the count of that particular thing. So I'll just make this text, and this shows 0.5151, and I'll just come here, I'll just format it, and the number, it is a percentage with just one decimal. Very good, 51.5 percentage. I'll just come here, rounded brackets, and okay, I'll just bring this entire thing here. Now this is better looking, right? Similarly, now if I check here, now it is 51.5%. If I select any particular female or male, this percentage number will change. So this is how we can add the percentages. And you see this tooltip is showing me presence in countries, so that is I messed up in these things. So what I'll do is I'll just come here, tooltip, and I'll just maybe remove the tooltip, or I'll just say number of customers and insert the count of churn modeling. Very good, so number of customers is 10,000. Okay, so this is how we can change the tooltip as well. So I hope this was an easy enough exercise, and we learned about the parameters, we learned about filters, we learned about how to make the histograms, and how to make these percentages, and how to do the formatting as well.